We are a week away from Thanksgiving. I'm feeling so thankful, and I am coming to you au naturel, no makeup, in a hat, and working really, really hard with new agents this week. But didn't want to take the time to get ready to bring you something that is on my mind, especially if you're thinking of kicking off a career in life insurance in 2024. It never ceases to amaze me how many people take the time to get their insurance license, do the research to figure out which agency they should contract with, take the time to learn and study the onboarding materials just to give it a shot for 1 week and quit. It blows my mind, but it happens all the time. And I think a big part of the problem is they don't have the right expectations. But I know for a fact that's not my fault. I have laid everything out on the table, but I can't help if you think that you're going to make a lot of money in your first week or your first 2 weeks. So I wanted to lay this out on the table for you so that if you're thinking about getting into life insurance or you're thinking about getting into it full time in 2024, here are some things that you absolutely must need to know before you make the decision to dive in. So we're talking about how you measure success. How do you measure whether or not selling life insurance, selling final expense insurance, telesales is something that's going to be the right fit for you? And here are some benchmarks that you definitely need to be aware of. First benchmark for success is your first 30 days. In your first 30 days, everything is new. It's hard. It's a little bit scary. It's information overload. You're building your pipeline. Hopefully you're building a pipeline, but you're just finding your rhythm, right? You're trying to understand all the objections that you're getting when you make these outbound phone calls. Why don't these people want to talk to me? You're starting to have some conversations. You're just trying to get through the information without fumbling and messing up. Even if you have success in your first 30 days, you aren't getting paid on this stuff for probably 2 to 3 weeks. Because if you're selling final expense, our clientele lives on a fixed income. We get paid when they get paid. So if you sign someone up today is November 16th, they may not start their policy until December 1st. You don't get paid till December 1st. It's just how it works. So your first 30 days is a critical measure for success. You have to be okay with really not making a whole lot of money. Second benchmark, your first 90 days. Why is the first 90 days so important? It's such a critical second benchmark. What's happening in your first 90 days? Things are finally starting to come together. The newness is gone. The excitement is gone. You're probably selling policies, but even in your first 90 days, you're probably not consistent. You have good days, you have bad days, you have good weeks, you have bad weeks. You go through what you think or you're labeling as a sales slump, but it's not a sales slump. It's you not being consistent with your habits, with your sales pitch, your presentation, your tonality, all the things that make a successful sales professional successful, you're not doing. I promise you, there's no such thing as a sales slump. So what else happens in the first 90 days? The high and the endorphins that you experience with a new opportunity, that has dissipated. It's bye-bye, it's gone away. And now you're facing the reality of, gosh, did I make the right choice? Is this business really for me? Is this something I can really do? I don't know if I can do it. The doubt is going to set in, and the newness and the excitement has gone away. And so at this point, at this 90-day mark, this is the time where you're either going to face your fears of, can I do this? And really make the point of failing your way to success, or you're going to quit and you're going to go look for another high. You're going to look for another new opportunity that'll give you those endorphins, that'll bring you that excitement, that hope that you have. Just like when you are on a first date or starting a new relationship, eventually the newness goes away and you got to put in the work to make sure that relationship stays. And that's what's going to happen in 90 days. Are you going to put in the work and push through when it gets hard in order to see success? Third benchmark for success is going to be 6 months. What happens at 6 months? Well, a lot happens at 6 months, but one of the things that will consistently start happening is chargebacks. Chargebacks, chargebacks, chargebacks. You're going to start seeing policies that are going to cancel. You're going to see that early on too, but really at about 6 months is when you're going to start seeing that build. And the mentality you have to have at that point is you just got to sell through it. You got to sell through it because chargebacks are going to happen. It's the inevitable part of this industry. You could be the best salesperson in the world. You could have the best policy in the world, but you can't make someone pay, right? You can't make someone make the life insurance a priority. You can't help someone manage their checkbook. So things are going to cancel. You're either going to sit in the sorrow of that, or you're going to put your blinders on and you're just going to sell right through it, because it is still possible to be highly successful in this business without worrying and focusing on the chargebacks. So that's your 6-month mark. Finally, the last benchmark is 12 months. If you can make it to 12 months, your chances of making it in this business, I'm going to say, is 300% greater than on day 1 or even in day 30. But at 12 months, even though you can say, I did it, I made it through my first year, I'm going to start reaping the rewards of the 25% pay through, right? That's been held back, that you're going to be getting compounding on with all the accounts that you've signed up for the last 12 months. You're going to start getting your residuals. Those are going to start compounding. You've mastered, hopefully at this point, the craft of the sales process, and you are going to be more consistent in your sales. You're not going to have those big major ups and downs anymore. So there's a lot of positives that happen at 12 months. But you really have to start thinking about, once you hit that 12-month mark, is this your ceiling, right? Because you can only have so many hours in the day. There's only so much time that you have to dedicate to your personal sales. You have to start thinking about, is it time to build a team? Is that something that you want? Do you want to sit and sell every single day? And if the answer is yes, that's great. Not everybody wants to build a team, but a lot of people get into life insurance because they want to build a team. I wanted to build a team. I wanted to teach. I wanted to lead. I wanted to help other people succeed where I knew they couldn't do it on their own. So at 12 months, you've mastered your craft. It's time to teach others how to do it as well. Time to think about building that team. Time to take a step back from selling so that you can build up others to do what you did. And that would require you to now take a step back in your personal income so that you can eventually earn way more than if you were to sell on your own. And that's the hardest part about getting through that first 12 months and making the decision to start a team, is you have to be mentally okay with, again, taking that income step back and putting 100% of your sole focus on the people that are going to come under you. Because it's really, really difficult for agents to succeed if they don't have a mentor that is holding their hand and coaching them every step of the way. And eventually, if you get people through their first year and they want to step up and be a leader, now it continues to grow, right? Now you have leaders that want to lead, and everybody under them is now a reflection of you, and your income continues to grow. But the income is just a result of all of the hard work that you chose to put in your first 30 days, your first 90 days, your first 6 months, and your first 12 months. You have to get through all of those benchmarks, and you got to push through it because it's not easy, but it's certainly rewarding. And if you can get through all of that, you will have a very successful career in selling life insurance over the phone. Cheers. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you celebrate with your friends and your family. I'm thankful for every single person who tunes in to watch me talk by myself in my office, and that I have this platform to share and to help you guys become stronger, more successful sales professionals, and that you've given me this platform to do so. So thank you and happy Thanksgiving.